Having received the Kingdom Army's plea for aid, Rodrigue has agreed to provide soldiers. In order to meet up with their reinforcements, the Kingdom Army sets out for Aelel, the Valley of Torment.
Well, that was a nice intro. Nice, SJ. So ambush at Aelel. Time for this one.
This valley isn't a place I'd care to return to.
After the chilliness of Fargus, I can't seem to adjust to this extreme heat.
Historically, there have been battles whose outcomes were determined in part by the climate. You can't argue that this heat isn't a factor.
In conditions like these, who knows what will become of our morale.
Professor, be honest. How are you holding up?
I never imagined it would be like this.
Monks once used this area as an ascetic training ground because of the intense environment. They say Aelel was born of the goddess's rage.
I hadn't heard that before.
If you believe the legends, this valley is evidence of the goddess's judgment, passed on humanity for its corruption. The forest that once covered the surrounding area was burnt to ash by a pillar of light that descended from the heavens. That legend fueled belief in a place of torment between our world and the next, where one's sins are purified in the cleansing flames.
Nonsense. Sins are not so easily washed away.
Indeed, and there are no accounts of such a place in Scripture. Yet those who cannot face their own sins have no choice but to cling to the idea.
I just don't think I can take this heat anymore. I think I'm starting to see things. Near those mountains over there. Is it just me? Or is there a group of people gathered there?
No. It would seem you are not hallucinating after all. Are those Rodrigue soldiers? No. But their banner is that of... No. It can't be.
That is House Rose banner. They curried favor with that witch and sold out Fargus.
We messed up. There must have been a spy among us. Will you have us meet them in battle, or wait for Rodrigue to arrive?
There is only one option. How kind of them to save us the trouble of killing them later.
Aren't they your former allies?
Never call those traitors our allies again. That banner belongs to the Grey Lion. It's a waste of breath to exchange words with one such as him.
His Highness is correct. He is not an opponent whom we can expect to negotiate with. Everyone, prepare for the attack!
Time for this battle again, though under slightly different conditions as the last time we did it. On the first playthrough, but still the same general idea, it seems like.
Thanks so much.
Man, if only it was like other games where it started loading the next section while the cutscenes were playing out. That would be very nice.
Much appreciated.
And yeah, also I have to play Fatal Frame tomorrow. Nice. Winning in the raffle today. That's awesome. Whoops. Whoopsie doopsie. Okay. First of all, let's go ahead and reclass some peeps here. Is maybe what we should do. Elizabeth is gonna destroy things no matter what, so I don't really have to change her back to a Gremry. Sylvain though, you can go back to a Dark Knight.
This isn't so
There you go. Yeah, it was mostly just Sylvain that I wanted to change around. I could also hand Felix back. Dancer. Like, it could come in handy.
A chance to grow stronger.
Yeah, how about we try that then? Nobody else down there. Okay. So, let's check out the map. What have we here? Yeah, modifying an emote is an option. So, you can do things, like, there's only a few, like, filters that you can put on them right now. But when you modify an emote, you can, like, add different filters to them. Like, there's my lurk emote in a pumpkin. Never have the patience for leveling up that many classes. Well, I'm a freaking Fire Emblem maniac, so that's what I do. Alright, so... Oh, Gwendal. Gwendal! What are you doing over there, Gwendal? Okay, I'm gonna have to bring Ash. Oh, dang, he has to go to 2 different chests. Maybe I can have Eliza Theo, like, warp him part of the way over and then Flane rescue him over. So I have to bring Ash, Flane, and Eliza Theo, at least. Okay. I thought you were crazy for your 100-hour playthrough. Nah, this is gonna be an over 100-hour playthrough. For sure. Okay, this one playthrough alone is gonna be an over 100-part long series. I can already tell from the rate it's been going, like uploading them onto YouTube. Like this alone, not even including the 60 parts of my first playthrough. This playthrough alone is gonna be over 100 parts. So yeah, this series is gonna be over 160 parts by the end of this. Considering that by the last stream we reached part 130, there's no way it's not gonna be over 160. Alright, we've got some archers over there, so yeah, I definitely want to bring Sylvain the magical sniper. Who else has something really nice there? Mercedes has her thing there. I do want to bring Felix after I've reclassed him and such. Flyers are going to be very nice with Kanto, and maybe I'll leave it at that then. Maybe. Now that I took that one thing away from Mercedes to give her the other item. Did she just have a magic staff before, or was it something better? Is there something better I can give to Dorothea now? No, I only have the one magic staff. Looks like... Oh, she already has a magic staff. What the heck am I thinking, man? Alright, let's see here. Let's bring some adjutants. Is what we can do. Yeah, I do kind of want Annette to keep building up bonds with... Oh, okay, but I'm not bringing her, so maybe I wouldn't bring Gilbert there anyway. Okay, someone more frail can have Gilbert, like Ash, for example, even though he has Vantage and Wrath, so he probably doesn't need it anyway. Yeah, let's do that, I think. So it looks like Dimitri's gonna go that way. We'll have Ash start going this way so that he can make it towards that chest. Eliza Thea's gonna have to travel with him to warp him over. And then Flane's gonna have to come with us to rescue him over from there to get that high movement. Now, yeah, Cyril can go with them. Ingrid can come with us. It wouldn't hurt to have another mage over there, considering we have a couple over here. We could always have Felix go that way. Yeah, so we can have like that party of 4, maybe 5 if we send Cyril over there. And yeah. So let's go ahead and save and hop right into it then. Defeat the enemy commander. And get both those chests along the way.
The Valley of Torment. Perhaps a good place to finish off my life as a knight. Only if that puny force of children is able to kill me, of course.
That man who raises the lion's flag, Lord Gwendal. He is an elder knight who serves House Rogue. Gwendal would, without thought, fight any battle if ordered. There is no chance of negotiating with him. Aelel is a deadly place. Flames burst from the ground with no warning. Sane people usually avoid it.
So the flames of torment burn your sins, your life, your everything. If you wish to spare yourself the goddess's wrath, tread lightly.
Alrighty, so this is basically the same as last time. Also, the music of this game is so good. So incredible, man. Okay, Felix can go that far, so we could potentially send Dimitri across already. Is what we could do. Yes, dance for Dimitri. This is what I like to see. Give him a good old dance to inspire him. Yeah, he'd like that. There we go.
This level of mastery isn't...
Yeah, so from now on we can also start using special dance too. Those archers can target him, but he won't be able to fight back though, because he doesn't have a longbow. But he'll start making his way across. Yeah, may as well just hold on to the steel lance for now.
I'd be honored.
So let's start heading across then.
Let's make this quick.
Is what we can do. I see you redeemed an emote there. Cat Kill. Did that appear on the stream though? Like, I know the Streamlabs hasn't updated for that yet. So I guess you posting that emote in chat didn't show up because Streamlabs is probably confused and like, what the heck is going on? But yeah, that's a new thing that's possible. Not being subbed and unlocking emotes for 24 hours, which is pretty cool. I like that. We got a free level up out of that. Yeah, I don't care if I'm surrounded here. Oh my goodness, that level up.
There is still room for improvement.
Are you sure about that, considering how broken we already are? Like, I'm sure there is. But still.
What's the plan?
The plan is for you to be the magical sniper that you are, Sylvain, and take out this guy. Price for unlocking emotes, 1 Pokeball. Let's not do that. Considering they're gained pretty fast.
Let's go.
Alright, Cyril's gonna get ready to start heading over that way.
Ready when you are.
And Ingrid's gonna get ready to go through the center-ish there. Methinks. Yeah, so he won't... He's getting a crit for 0 damage. Oh man, that's something you can do if you want to have your chat use your emotes without subbing. Yeah, they already can with the way that it already is. What would be... If I made them 1 Pokeball, that would mean that it would be free for everyone, and that would mean that there's no point in subbing anymore. So that would mean there's literally no perk to subscribing.
This experience is critical.
Or the main perk to subbing would be gone. So, no. Definitely not.
It won't be in vain.
Yeah, these gauntlets are definitely pretty good there. You can only unlock tier 1. Nobody subs higher than tier 1. Because higher tier subs are pointless. So I wouldn't want to take away the only reward that tier 1 subs really get right now. That would be kind of a jerk move on my part there.
Don't bother haunting.
Don't bother haunt. He freaking got cut off there. Alright, that guy's doing damage there. Ouchies. I can start attacking those dudes if I want. Or like, do I really want that? Alright, let's see here. Dang, man. Can't quite reach there, huh? Okay, let's do this. Boobity bop.
It was the only way.
Gilbert gained a level up. I forgot I gave Gilbert to... He gained a magic.
Age takes its toll.
I forgot I gave him Gilbert. We got a new killer bow. Yeah, let's take that one and put the fresh one away in the convoy. That way, I'm more incentivized to upgrade that one sooner. In that case. This is what we can do. Miasma can one-shot. Because Lysathea is an insane glass cannon. Got a chest key. Let's boopity bop is what we'll do. Let's dance here. It's getting late, gonna call it a day, Cat Caleb. Got company coming over soon. Yeah, probably good to get to that then, I imagine. Well, thanks for stopping by. Hope things with the company go well. We have the extra magic range. I'm a little bit concerned about that archer. Sorry if you're popping in and out. Don't worry about it, Anima. Oh my. He has 1 health left. You didn't have to do that, Lysathea.
No time to slow down.
Not bad.
You didn't have to do that. Seeing as you barely sleep anyway, you should at least try to get some sleep before people show up. Probably a good idea there. What was it? Frozen. Whoa, it like froze for a sec. That was weird. That was a little bit wonky there. Alright, Sylvain the magical sniper can freaking take care of this guy here in literally 1 shot. So he doesn't have to worry about getting counterattacked.
Until we meet again.
Though I guess getting counterattacked wasn't too big of a worry.
Need to pull my weight.
Yeah, Sylvain is very, very nice. Oh yeah, now he just healed himself because of Life Taker. Sweet! So yeah, definitely seems like a decently solid skill there. We can bait out that guy there. Let's go here for now and get the glowy thing. That is what we can do. Cyril can keep on making his way over. This is what he can do. Let's slowly advance over this way. They're all going towards Dimitri, except for this one. Woo. That's one stab. That's 2 stabs. Sweet. Didn't quite kill, but ah well. Okay, Dimitri does not care about any of this. Does not care one bit. If those archers weren't there, I'd totally put on the killer lance and just,
Here we go. Attack them from both
you know,
sides.
have him be untouchable now. Ooh, there's the adjutant heal. Thank goodness for that. Okay, magical sniper Sylvain can attack from right where he is, actually. Like this. Incredible.
I was just stronger.
Absolutely insane. And Life Taker again. Wow, I can make it. Oh my goodness, that movement is incredible. I can always form a wall with Cyril and Dimitri together. I don't really have to worry too much about putting Lysathea here.
It's done.
This is what we can do. Let's see. See what we can do here with Felix. There we go.
Alright.
I might not even have to form a wall. It's seeming like I will get the glowy spot though, because it's a free level up. So it's a good thing I did that. It was a good level up too.
I'll keep moving forward.
Yeah, we can go ahead and do say. We can go ahead and murderize this guy. Like that.
Eventually, I too will fall.
Get a concoction. Can't quite. Oh, we can kill there with a lance. Because of lance fare with this class.
I shall not stray.
There we go. My unit can go ahead and go over here and do this. Gain some gauntlet experience. Get a little bit of health back.
Must lead them well.
Nice. Yes, this will probably be a good thing to do.
You saved me.
Probably good there. And yeah, over here, the only one we haven't moved is Cyril. We can bait out just the archer here. Is what we could do. We don't have an extra bow range though, unfortunately. Yeah, I can't quite canto away from there, so it might be more beneficial for someone else to go in first, actually. Like Ash, since he's about to anyway. Since he's about to go down here regardless. Let's go ahead and fully restore his health.
Much appreciated.
So he'll be able to counterattack there, though. Is the case. Get Lysathea down here too. Heal up Felix.
Oh, thanks.
Keep everybody all happy and healthy. Well, have fun, I guess. Dimitri could probably go down south too for some additional backup there. Is what he could certainly do. Let's go ahead and patch him up a little bit.
Wasted effort.
Probably would have been better done with Mercedes, but whatever. My unit doesn't need it. Neither does Dimitri, honestly, but whatever. Whatever, free experience. For Flane, I guess. Free battalion level up, look at that. Okay, we'll wait here for now. Get a rusted axe. And have Cyril chill there for right now.
It all comes down to this.
Group lance attack. And it missed. Those guys are on the move now. Will the boss move himself though? Yeah, these guys are on the move now. Which is a little concerning. Ow! There we go.
I'm still here.
Nice, nice. Oh, he's on the move. And it's just him that we have to defeat. That's gonna be sketchy for if we'll be able to get both chests. Considering we just have to defeat him. Well, we can get that chest right now.
I need to slow down.
And we can warp him over if we use Felix. We could certainly do that. We got a bolt axe. Let's see here. Yeah, we can take him out with a steel axe, so let's do that. Gonna miss off the 50-50.
I fight for Lady Rhea.
Ooh. Stay out of the archer's range. So yeah, we should be able to go up here and actually... Yes. We should be able to go here and... one-shot this guy. I still haven't seen this one. Let's see it. My oh my. Also, hello Aniki. It's been a hot while. How have things
I've got
been?
no time for mercy.
Hello, hello. Not a face I was expecting to see here. Long time no speak indeed. My oh my, how have things been? I gotta freaking do this here. I don't know if you know this game here or not.
Apologies.
Hope things have been well. Yeah, it has been a hot while indeed. I need to warp this guy over here. My oh my. Long time indeed. It's always so fun seeing familiar faces around the stream that haven't been around in a while. That is always fun there. And yeah, there's Anima. Things have been crazy, but starting to look a lot better recently, so you're happy? Well, that's good. Yeah, a lot of people that I know actually or at least a few people have a lot of crazy stuff going on. So, yeah, I've definitely heard a decent bit about stuff like that where things are always frantic. It seems like with so many people I know. Oh my goodness, the 9% crit. But yeah, it's good that things are starting to look a lot better though. I'm glad to hear that.
I'm counting on you.
I hope that things have been alrighty in general there. I've been pretty well myself. I've been insanely busy, but apart from that, it's been alrighty. Like, at my university, I got accepted into a game making class. Like, so we have 3 months to make a game. So I'm gonna have to meet up with my team this weekend to like really crunch down a lot of game making because we have to turn in a bunch more. Start on Friday coming up. So 1 week from now, that's gonna be fun. My oh my. So, oh my goodness, Falcon Punch. So that is insanely busy. But yeah, so I'm busy making a game. I've had a bunch of problems with my muscles lately. I've been seeing a physiotherapist, so that kind of sucks. I've been doing a bunch of exercises at home that relate to that because I have problems with my left wrist and I have problems with my right hip now. And so the left wrist problem, that's been around for like a long time now. But yeah, also, make a game, holy crap, that's so awesome. You would so play that game. Once it's out, or once it's done, we'll probably make it downloadable somewhere, but like, it's not gonna be anything too crazy. It's gonna be like 20 minutes long probably, since we have to make it in 3 months. But yeah, we'll try to make it alrighty. I'm one of the programmers, and it's only on a team of 6, so very small team there. That sounds painful. It's not too bad, it doesn't affect me in day-to-day life too much, but the problem that I've had with my left wrist is with bending it back like that, like at 90-degree angles. So I can't do push-ups like that, I'll collapse under my own weight. I was doing knuckle push-ups for like almost a year because that way I wouldn't have to bend my wrists, but it would still hurt a little bit if I shifted my weight. Oh, I just heard a crack there. Ow, things are like all out of sorts with my left wrist here. My physiotherapist has messed around with my left wrist and is like, did you feel that moving? And I'm like, yeah, like as she does all this weird stuff. But But yeah, so that's the problem with the left wrist. So usually it doesn't bother me in day-to-day life. I just have to remember no opening a heavy door like that with the left wrist, no leaning on a table or like a wall like that, nothing like that, no say pushing a box like that, just nothing where it bends back. But normally using it, it's not that bad, luckily, you know. And you know about trains, but does a train constantly honk for no reason, or is like something happening because it's honking like crazy? Is this train honking like crazy there might be someone on the tracks or something. I don't know. But that's the problem with the left wrist. And the problem with the right hip is sometimes when I stretch it in a certain way, or I'm like kicking in, say, Taekwondo, it'll just randomly flare up. And then I like immediately drop it from wherever it is. And then I literally need to step out to the side of class and swing it out like a pendulum a little bit to try to get the hip feeling a little bit more right. Like it feels almost like one of the muscles is almost out of place there. And yeah, that's not fun. Sounds like a lot to remember. You probably forget if it were you, what, all the different weird issues that I have there, or something else there. Also, so what has been happening in physiotherapy for a while now is, for the most part, my physiotherapist has been giving me something called IMS, which is, all the things I can't do. It's basically nothing that bends it back 90 degrees like that. So like, you know, no push-ups, no opening doors, no pushing things, no leaning, nothing that bends it back like that. Nothing that applies a load while it's at 90 degrees like that, essentially, is all it is. So yeah, that's all it is there. So my physiotherapist has been giving me a decent bit of IMS recently, which stands for intramuscular stimulation. And what it means is basically acupuncture, but it sends the needles deep into the muscles to like stimulate them and to like do certain things. So it's acupuncture, but painful. So that's been fun. I've been coming home sore after stuff like that. So like, so there's been a whole bunch in both my hips, mostly my right hip though. I've had a whole bunch of needles down my back. I've had some on like the insides of my legs. That's a very uncomfortable place to get needles. And for my left wrist, I've actually gotten a few needles, not in the wrist, but actually in the forearm here. And after putting like 3 needles there and taking them out, the physiotherapist was like, okay, try loading it now. And I went and I leaned, and like 2/3 of the pain was just gone like that. And I was like, what the heck? It's like magic. Like, it's come back now, but like, so it wasn't a permanent solution. But they know what they're doing at physio. They're freaking experts for a reason. Like, it was like magic. She put freaking needles into my arm, took them out, and was like, try loading it. And I tried loading it, and it was like the least painful it's been in over a year. I was like, what the heck? It was like a magic. Have I talked to a doctor that can shock the muscles or nerve? I have not. I have not done that. That sounds interesting there. But yeah, my physiotherapist has now recently, now that the needles haven't done like permanent changes, it's just been like short term, I essentially have a handful of exercises that I do at home now. So she's readjusting back there. So like typically at like the end of the days, I'll like set up here doing certain stretches, stuff like that. Like I've made like a few stations here and there where like I have a few things I do for like my hip there, and I have a few things that I do for my wrist, where like some of the things that she gave me to do is just like, oh, just like put your arm on a surface and then just like lift up a weight like that back and forth, and then like do it the other way, and then also have like a long weight of some sort and like turn it out, hold it for a second, bring it back, do that like 10 times, and then do it the other way to help repair the wrist there. And I don't actually have a weight of any kind. So what I've been using instead is I've been using my training sword that I have for Taekwondo. So I've essentially been grabbing this thing by the hilt and like turning it out like that and bringing it back for my form of exercise here, because I don't actually own weights. So I've just been turning this thing around to help heal my wrist, because I don't actually have any weights. Let me just put that back to the side. So that, like, it's a wooden sword, so it's decently weighty. So I've just been using that because close enough, you know? But yeah, acupuncture's amazing. Like, I know that there's like a bit of difference between acupuncture and this other thing there, IMS, but the stuff that I've been getting has been incredible there. Wait a second. Oh, I need a freaking rescue with Flane. When did I move Flane? Okay, I can't defeat them with Flane. Let's rescue here. But yeah, so that's been my physical problems lately. Acupuncture sounds scary to you? Yeah, literally the first time I went to physiotherapy, the first time I'd ever seen my physiotherapist after describing my problems and the physiotherapist like examining my hips and my wrists and noticing how tight especially my hip was. She was like, would you be okay with me poking needles in you? And I had like to sign a form of consent for that, and then literally on the first day ever talking to my physiotherapist, I had needles stabbed into me. So there was that. I certainly wasn't expecting that on day one, but that's what happened there. Oh man. Like, I wasn't sure how much of a difference it was gonna make. And it definitely hasn't been like a long-term change, but at least on the short term there, I could easily notice the difference because, or not because, but like, well, freaking thoughts are hard to form. But I definitely noticed the difference there, so they definitely know what they're doing.
What's my strategy?
Like, the fact that needles being stabbed into the muscles deeply can do that kind of thing is just like, holy crap, this is like magic. But yeah, get like a 2K dumbbell. I mean, I could do that, but I also have a wooden sword there. You would have been so afraid you hate needles. I do too, but like, I'm also too like socially nervous and awkward to say no. Besides, this has been something that's been troubling me for a while now, so I was like, yeah, if it has any chance of helping, I'll try it at that point. Like, the worst place for the needles, out of all the places I've gotten them, have been the inside of the leg. Like, mostly like the inside of like my right leg there. Because it's like so sensitive there, so you can't, the moment it's stabbed in, you can't even relax to take away some of the pain. It just naturally tenses up. Like, that whole, when it comes to that whole area, the worst two places are the ass and the inside of the leg, because you cannot relax either of those when they're stabbed with the needles. Other places like right in the hip or even the forearm there, I can relax if I really concentrate. But the inside of the leg and the ass, not happening. Those cannot relax when they're being stabbed. You know? Oh man. Yeah, like the initial poke doesn't hurt that much, and apparently like acupuncture itself just punctures the skin, but what I've been having actually goes deep into the muscles. So like the initial poke is just like a tiny little tap, but then when it goes deeply and it's like, get that over with. Hey look, reinforcements. Look at that.
So Cornelia has
oh man.
Even inside
anyway, so I haven't been having fun with that.
The shield of Fargus
oh man.
has appeared. We can expect more out of him than the young.
Oh, is he gonna go that way? Defeat conditions have changed, but are the victory conditions still the same? Because I do want to get that other chest. Anyway, so that's been my physical problems, so that's been holding me back in Taekwondo a little bit. Like, early this year, I tested for my 3rd degree black belt in Taekwondo, and I've had, since then, like, I failed it. Like, and I've had the chance twice since then to retest for it, to try again, but I haven't because I'm too afraid about, like, doing something crazy to my hip. Honestly, like, I've wanted to sort this situation out before then, because like I have to do 2 breakings that I failed both of. The first is scissor roundhouse kick, which is 3 kicks in the air. First is a scissor kick, so a side kick and front snap kick together, and then a roundhouse kick from there. So I remember when I went for 1st degree black belt, it was a side kick to the right and a punch to the left. That was for 1st degree, and then 2nd degree upgraded to scissor kick, so 2 kicks in the air both sides. Now with 3rd degree they've ramped it up even more to 2 kicks in the air, and then you do a 3rd on top of that. So that's kind of wacky. And every single time I attempted it, I broke a different 2. I was not happy about that. But the other one that because I broke a different 2 every time, I know for sure I can do it if need be. But the other one that I have to do, which is what really scares me, is power back kick, where you have to break multiple boards with a back kick, which is a very powerful kick if you do it right, but it's hard to do it right there. So When I went for first degree when I was 12, I had to break 3 boards put together. When I went for second degree when I was like 15 or 16 or something like that, I had to break 4. Now that I'm 20, I have to break 6. I missed the age range where it would have been 5, so I went right from 4 to 6. So that's not fun there. And apparently 6 is the most they make anyone do. Like, one friend there who's going for 4th degree, I remember he was mentioning to me one day, like, when it comes to his next testing, he was like, I have to do 6 again. And someone was asking him, like, oh, not 7? Like, since he did 6 last time. And it was like, it can only become so many boards until it becomes near impossible. So they only make people do up to 6. So, yeah, I'm basically doing the max difficulty there. So that's very nerve-wracking. And because that's something that I use my right leg for, I'm kind of afraid of doing something strange to my right hip during that I wouldn't be able to do much about. Like, it's so hard to motivate yourself to give 100% power into that. Like, even when I was doing it before, I felt like I was giving like 70% of what I knew my maximum power was. It's just so hard to get into that mental state to like draw out like your full physical abilities there. Like, I know that I was only hitting like 70%. So like, I don't know how I mentally draw out the rest of that there. But yeah, the minute you tense up and they poke a needle there, those will trigger that uncomfortable feeling. But like, how do you not tense up when it's on the inside of the leg? Like the vulnerable inside of the leg there. Like the outside or the top stuff like that I'd be able to handle. But the inside of it, right where it's most sensitive, it's like impossible. But I have not tried a chiropractor for my hips. That is something I have not actually done. Could be interesting potentially, but I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna try to make a big brain play here. Is what I'm gonna try to do.
Let's make this quick.
Here comes the big brain play to get the other chest. Is what we're gonna do. So yeah, I mean, so it's kind of been like I've been putting off this like super important testing for like a long time now because I'm worried about my own physical condition, and it seems like it hasn't been improving a ton, but like maybe it will be over time. I don't know. We'll see how that develops. That's my physical condition lately, so that's not fun. Okay, time to freaking do this. Dang it, man! Trying to do big brain plays over here. Did I move Dimitri already? Ooh, I could have him shove Lysathea. Right? What does he have here? Is it shove? It is shove.
I'll comply.
It is indeed. Fine, there's one extra space.
I'll cut through.
One extra space there. But yeah, sorry you have to go through that. It could be worse. It could be something that is just like, I don't know what it could be like. Could be something that's permanent that I'd never be able to get over. Like, that's what my doctor was thinking. It could be the left wrist situation. But at least physiotherapy has been showing some improvement. So it's like that little ray of hope where it's like, over time, this should be able to change. Oh, look at this. I did it. I did the thing. That extra space was all I needed. Now we do this.
Make this quick.
Look at this. This is the big brain play to get that chest. This is the insane movement options. Look at that. I did it. I teleported him from one chest to the other. We got a silver shield. That was a big brain play, okay? Oh, man. I'm happy about that. Anyway, so yeah, there's my university condition. There's my physical condition. Has there been anything else going on? I got a second camera. So we have a dog cam now for whenever she's down here and relaxing back there. With new events on November 2nd, I'm going to be having the second 24-hour charity stream that's going to freaking destroy me if it goes anything like the first 24-hour charity stream did. But they're also fun to do. Your dog's so cute. Yeah, and the only time that I can have a doggy camera on is when it's like late at the night. Like late at night and she's so tired and she wants to pass out on that couch back there. Like, that's the only time there. Yeah, so November 2nd, which is a Saturday, I'll be streaming for 24 hours. So that'll be a little bit of a doozy there. In fact, I think I have a schedule here for that somewhere, because I have like a whole bunch of freaking crazy stuff lined up for that. Where's the thing for that? What time will I start? It'll be 6 a.m. Mountain Time. So that's my time zone. Because if I wake up early, I can... If I wake up early, I can stay up early as well without feeling too sleepy. So I typically... Yeah, so the one that I did in May, I'm doing the same kind of schedule for this one. So it's 6 a.m. to 6 a.m. Saturday to Sunday. Like here I found the schedule freaking thing there. What time is it for me now? It is 1:51 a.m. is what it is. So this is my plan for that, essentially, for that event, is 12 hours of like preset challenges and then 12 hours of like 1 hour time slots that people who like donate for the Stoller Children's Hospital can fill. So like these 3 challenges are the same 3 that I did during the first one in a slightly different order, and then this one's changed. So we're starting out with 3 hours of Fire Emblem Awakening on Lunatic Plus Classic difficulty, which is the hardest game I've ever played. And we're doing 3 more hours of Undertale with oven mitts on, trying to beat Zanz, because I've been stumped on that for a while. It is so hard to beat him when you can't actually feel the buttons, you know? Also, that's funny how the doggy camera goes over it, but my camera doesn't. Anyway, then it's 3 hours of The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword on hero mode, but using a Cabela's Wiimote rifle controller, which makes it very hard when it registers the nunchuck as the shield and the Wii Remote as a sword, but they're attached in the same apparatus, so the moment you swing one, it swings the other, and then you do a spin attack and you lose all your stamina, it's near impossible. Then, for the last 3 hours, during the first 24-hour charity stream, the open slots started here, and it was 3 hours of Kinect games, of Xbox 360 Kinect games. Which, it was really exhausting, but it was also really good for me to get up and stand and start moving after 3 hours of sitting of like doing challenges. So I need that again. So there's this game on the Switch that just came out today, well yesterday if you consider the fact that it went past midnight. It came out on Friday just now, called Ring Fit Adventure. I have it ordered from Amazon, and Amazon has 1-day shipping, so naturally they're getting it to me on Thursday, because that is Amazon 1-day shipping for you in a nutshell, for me at least. So they're getting it to me in a week, but I'll only be starting it then anyway. So I'm gonna be doing 3 hours of the hardest difficulty of this freaking exercise game on the Switch, and we'll see how that goes. And then like 12 hours of time slots, which I do have more stuff here now. In fact, if I scroll down, it's like I've added more stuff to it since then. I might still add more stuff to it, I don't know. But yeah, we'll see how that all develops there and such. So that's a big event that's going to be going on, so that'll be fun there. Your body can never lie when something's going to happen, that's why it's easy to detect it. It's not the person who's going to put the needle in unless she soothes you to relax. If your body tenses up, you need to relax because the needle helps to relax the muscles. If it's going to tense up, it's going to hurt. You need to train your body to relax in a situation, is to tell a doctor. You need them in to relax. If you don't tell them, they're going to stab you, but let them know. But like, I can relax for like everywhere but the inside of the leg and the ass. I can't do those two, and that's okay. It doesn't last long anyway. But yeah, to put it bluntly, that's how I describe that, I guess. We got that other chest, so we can go ahead and defeat the commander now. Is what we can always do.
Ready when you are.
So, you know. Anyway, so that should be a fun event. Oh my goodness, there's a crit. Double stab.
My duty is your death.
My oh my. The double stibbity stab. So yeah, that should be an interesting event to do. So in terms of recent events, that's one that's coming up that'll be fun. Is there anything else going on? I don't think. Oh wait, there is something going on. I forgot. There is one more thing. You need to relax. Oh well. You really want to do fan art for me? I mean, that'd always be really appreciated. And on that subject of art, there is actually one more thing going on that I forgot about. So affiliates for their tier 1 subscribers can get up to 5 tier 1 emote slots, but it's typically really hard to get to that because you have 1 emote slot by default. You need 15 sub points to get to emote slot 2, so that's typically like 15 people sub to you. Like if they sub at higher tiers, it's more points, but like nobody subs at higher tiers. And yeah, I appreciate that, Anima. I saw that you pinned those. I appreciate that. I never said thanks for that. Sorry about that, but thanks. They're typically really hard to get more emote slots because slot 3 is 25 points, which it seemed like I was never going to reach at all. Slot 4 is 35, and then slot 5 is 50, which is a ton of sub points. So that's absolutely absurd. And it never seemed like I was even gonna reach 25. And 5 emote slots with 50 sub points is the most that affiliates can get. And then last week, Paul went on, gifted out 26 subs in one stream, which brought us to 35 sub points. So I gifted out the other 15, and now on this channel, we have all 5 tier 1 emote slots unlocked. Like, only the first 2 are ones that I for sure want to keep. The last 3 are just like little scribbles that I kind of made over the summer, where it's like, these are done anyway, so I'll put them in the emote slots I have now with those last 3, just to fill them, to give subscribers something, but they're definitely not what I for sure want at the end of the day. So now, like, if you include the higher tier ones, I technically have all of the emotes that's possible for affiliates to unlock. So in other news, there's that now, which is unbelievably hype. It still doesn't feel real. So on the subject of art, we also now have freaking 3 emote slots that can get filled. Like, the only one of those 3 that I'm debating about keeping is the freaking hero one here, because he's not bad. He's not bad there. I mean, the Snivy and the Pikachu are kind of cute too. Like, the Snivy I drew on a sticky note one day, and I actually kind of like this Snivy emote. You know, but if your fan art's good enough, would I make an emote? Absolutely. Absolutely I would there. Like, I did have a couple emote varieties in mind though that I was gonna fill those slots with. Like, since there's just the 5 slots, I kind of want to fill them with like certain looks. So, like, we already have 2 covered from like the 2 that are gonna stay there. We have a high emote and we have that expression of an emote with the eyes with end there, which, by the way, I remember you already helped me with that emote before when I couldn't get the eyes right. I remember you giving me input on the eyes to fix those, which again is also really appreciated. So like, those 2 are good because they can be used in so many situations. Like the hi emote, you can use it when you say hi, you can use it when you say bye, you can use it when you're thanking somebody, you can show the Jigglypuff. The freaking N here you can use in so many situations when something crazy happens or you want to give somebody a look. Like, there's so many things you can do with that. As for the other ones, as for the other 3 slots, I had a few ones in mind. In fact, I think I still have the one project open here if I go to my other thing here. Yeah, I was working on a Captain Falcon emote. One of them I want to have as finger guns, because you can use it when like you're thanking somebody, someone's thanking you, you can be like, hey, no problem, finger guns, and Captain Falcon's perfect for that. So also, I don't have my Avermedia thing here, so I think the music just stopped. Sorry about that. What if I add video capture device of that, and then I just turn that off, but now you can hear it. Wait, no, you can't. Dang it. What if I just put it at the bottom where no one can see it? Then you can still hear things. Hold on. So I started making this one here, but like, it looks okay as a full art, but the moment you shrink it down, the colors blend together, and you can tell it's Falcon, but that's it. You can't tell he's doing finger guns. So there's that. So what I was thinking about doing is maybe like recoloring Falcon or his gloves to like one of his color variants or something like that from Smash Ultimate. That way, like, the yellow of the gloves stands out to like, maybe if I made that like the black Falcon variant or like the bright pink Falcon variant, something like that. Something that like I guess they would kind of blend in with the pink as well. So maybe I'll go with the black Falcon. That way the yellow will like really stand out, and I might do that. Like, the most similar shade that he has for scarves is red. So one suggestion that Carvia actually gave me is drawing it as like my scarf like I did with my Lurk emote, which would probably take a while, but it would be a nice contrasting color doing it as that emote. So it's tempting, so I might do that to that. So right now I have a little bit of a mess going on here since this doesn't look quite right there, but maybe I'll be able to fix it. I'm not sure. I might not be able to fix that there. Dang it, or my transition's not working now. Fine, I'll just manually transition that. Another emote variety that I was planning on doing was a smug emote. A very creative, thanks, I appreciate it. But it's really hard to draw emotes though, as I've learned over time. The other emote variety that I want to draw one of is a smug emote, which is technically one that's already uploaded as like the hero from Dragon Quest, which I've never played. I've only played him in Smash Bros, and he's so fun to play in Smash Bros, so that's why I drew him there during the summer. But one day I might change hero for like change it from a hero smug emote, I might draw Nia from Xenoblade Chronicles 2, because she is a perfectly smug look in one scene, and that way I'd be representing one of my favorite franchises, Xenoblade Chronicles, through one of my emotes. And for the last one, I wasn't sure, but I was thinking about maybe making a lol emote. I wasn't sure. And through my emote, since I only have so many slots, one thought that I had that I might roll with is trying to have at least one emote of all three of my favorite franchises: Pokemon, Xenoblade Chronicles, and Fire Emblem. Like, Captain Falcon's in there from F-Zero because he's perfect for a finger guns emote, so that's like an exception there, just because Captain Falcon's too perfect. Pokemon's already covered, it's like so many of my emotes already, so that's fine. Xenoblade Chronicles would be Nia if I can draw her as a smug expression, and it's good enough to replace the hero there. And for Fire Emblem, which is this series here actually, I was thinking about maybe making something that represents this game because this is like the current one, this is the most recent one. So I was debating about potentially drawing female Byleth here as a lull emote. I was thinking about, I don't even know where I'd start on that though. But that's what I was thinking about doing, is maybe drawing her as a lull emote, but I don't even know where I'd start on that. But right now my focus is on Captain Falcon. Captain Falcon's my focus right now, so I'll leave everything else until later and focus on Falcon for now, is what we'll do. But yeah. Alright, you finished your dog, now it's time to draw him and it's gonna be scary. You finished your dog. Were you... Time to draw him and it's gonna be scary? What does this mean? What does this all mean here?
At your service.
Anyway, sorry, when I start ranting about things, I start ranting for a while. I definitely start ranting for a while there. But yeah, like... Yeah, that's what I was asking there, like, what do you mean by this here? What does this mean? But yeah, I'm totally down for potentially throwing things in emote slots for stuff that people do. Like, even if it doesn't go into the Twitch emote slots, like if I... Oh, for your book there. Gotcha, Anima. Like, it's so interesting when I rant about things. I can't help myself. There's so many things that I can rant about, like, all the time. Anyway, because that's what I'm going for my 5 emote slots, trying to represent, like, at least one of each of my favorite franchises. Like, we already have Pokemon represented, and we even have N, which is a symbol of the stream himself, since that's where I get my hat and name from. Pokemon's already covered. I like to try to represent Fire Emblem. I want to try to represent Xenoblade Chronicles in some way. And F-Zero, I guess, with Captain Falcon, because he's just too perfect. Even if I've never played an F-Zero game. So because I only have like those 5 limited spots to work with to try to represent all this, like, I'm not sure if I'd be able to factor into my Twitch emote slots, things that somebody might make for me. But even if I can't, like, even if it doesn't fit with that system that I'm going for, I have so many extension emote slots. Like, anybody that has better Twitch TV, for example, has access to so many emote slots through that. Like, there's a GIF emote that I made a while back, and it's visible to anyone who has that. I guess my Falcon emote's technically uploaded as that. It's a test. That's what the Falcon looks like. HRMA test, I called it. So yeah, that's not good for becoming a Twitch emote yet, as you can tell by that there. It's not passable yet. And then on Frankerface, I have a whole bunch of other emotes that I've drawn myself. So like, there's like sub badges and stuff like that I've made emotes. There's like a Pokeball. I've made all sorts of things. This isn't a drawing I made. This is something that I cropped out, but this is a Squidward here. Here's a spooky light that I drew. It's actually this on the wall right here is what that is. I just converted it to digital. Like, so even if I don't have space to like factor into like my main emote slots there, I have a ton of emote slots when it comes to extension stuff here. Here's the original drawing of my hat design that I use for my logo for everything. Fun fact. I have some ones that are like actually have my face cropped out. I have a few of those here and there, just kind of thrown into the mix that are kind of fun. I made a B button emote during work one day when I didn't have any work to do. Yeah, like this isn't filled a lot yet. It's mostly just kind of filled with like random art that I've made and like variations of it. Like I have a ton of rupees, for example. that's filling up so many slots. I don't need that many rupees. They're just filling the slots because why not? But yeah, so essentially, like, I do have a bit of a plan for my main emote slots. So if it doesn't quite fit with that plan, I'm not sure if I'd be able to make guarantees that I could put something into like my own sub emote slots, just because I want to try to get a system going there. Like, it could potentially match with that system, but if it doesn't quite line up right, it might become an extension one. But I have so many emote slots and extensions. Like, I have freaking 6 variations of my Explorer badge here. I don't need 6 variations of my Explorer badge here. So yeah, when it comes to extensions, I have a freaking bazillion emote slots just at the ready. Do I want to do that for extra experience? I guess I'll try to end this battle now. As what we can always do.
What's the plan?
Like, what if it doesn't actually end there? Then I will have put Cyril in a terrible position. Anyway, yeah. So when it comes to extension emote slots, there's literally a ton there. Yeah, there's a lot of emotes. You can only see them if you have like the extensions of Better Twitch or Frankerface, which just install into the browser themselves. But yeah, when it comes to that, there's a ton of emote slots there. It's just for the 5 limited Twitch ones. I have like a goal in mind. I have a goal in mind with those. And the 3 that are currently taking those places are just random sketches that I threw together during the summer. And are just placeholders there so that my subs get something to use. I drew that Snivy on a sticky note, and I have the picture of the sticky note here. This is the Snivy. I drew it on a sticky note, and then I drew it digitally. So that was fun. Anyway, let's finish the battle here. Wait, can I use the freaking battalion? I can, but it won't kill. But yeah, so there's a ton of emote slots on extensions. Okay, I've been ranting for forever. Let's end this battle and progress the story.
Does a whelp like you really expect to kill
Yes.
me? I am Gwendol, the Grey Lion.
Cool.
A knight by the hand of Count Rowe. Do
your worst. Falcon Punch. Allow me to demonstrate then. I added a then in, but whatever.
So I have found a place to die. Young ones, I thank you.
Man, he really wanted to die then.
It is
Oh
the
my
way
goodness,
of
that's a long
knights to
passage.
Follow their master's orders without argument. Lord Gwendol was a good man.
So what's this anima? It's a 9 feet decrepit dog that has an aura of decay, so when it walks, it has this trail that any life, like plants, animals, etc., starts to decay depending on how close you get to it, and has a giant magical eye that looks at anything and everyone. And if a mage, whiz, sorcerer that has high intelligence, you see 2 claws just protruding from its body, and if you stare at the dog, you either, I assume it's supposed to be become feared or frightened. That sounds very detailed there, but also sounds interesting.
Now he is just a corpse, nothing more. Let's go. Rodrigue is waiting for us.
The name Gwendol reminds you of an anime. I guess this is sort of an anime game, but no, doesn't have any connection to whatever one that one is. But Gwendol, easily common anime name, confirmed. We confirmed it here now. Myth busted. Myth absolutely busted. Look, my unit was the MVP again. Easy peasy. I'm gonna turn off the chat and keep my cameras off. Time for story. I'm gonna take that story real good.
It's been too long, Your Highness. But try to temper your joy, will you? This is a war after all.
To say such a thing at a time like this. You have not changed one bit.
Don't let looks deceive you. I've had a rough go of it ever since I crossed blades with those traitors in Ferdiad. When I heard you'd been executed, I rushed there as fast as I could, blind with fury. When I got there, I was fed some garbage about not being able to see your body. The next thing I knew, I was gripping my blade and... Gilbert, you have done well to locate His Highness. I am truly grateful. And you, I have you to thank as well.
As his professor, it was my duty.
Well, we are in your debt. I will repay you for this someday, I swear it. And you, Felix, you have also done well to bring His Highness here.
Tell us all you know, Rodrigue.
I'm afraid there's not much to tell. You are aware that the western region of the kingdom was taken by the Empire, correct?
Yes, so I have heard. They are now calling it the Fargus Dukedom, or some nonsense.
If you know that much, then the rest won't take long. Enemy or not, it's undeniable that Cornelia's plan was nothing short of genius. After seizing power, she invited the Imperial army to Ferdiad. There she reorganized her troops and then sent soldiers to hunt me down. Because of that, we were forced to act defensively, and now we're being forced into a difficult battle. She's been controlling the situation all along.
So that's been the witch's plan from the start. I should have killed her ages ago.
Your Highness, Ferdiad is in a terrible state right now. The tyranny is unbearable, and so the rebellions are endless. Refugees starve to death in the streets. If I may speak freely, Your Highness, we should change course for Ferdiad and take down those traitors before we embark to Enbar.
There's no time for that. We must annihilate Enbar before all else.
Think this through. I understand wanting to destroy the Empire and the Emperor. I want that so much it hurts. But which is more important, the dead or the living?
Silence!
No, Dimitri. You will hear me out.
Are you asking me? Asking the dead to forgive that woman?
No, I would not ask that of you. What I am asking is that you allow us to prioritize the Kingdom capital over the Imperial capital for now. As Lambert's close and trusted friend, I am confident that he would have advised the same.
Do not dare to put words in the mouths of the dead. They are your words alone, even if you borrow their lips. Until I offer up that woman's head, Father will remain a slave to his lingering regret and hatred. Even now, he suffers. It is ceaseless. As we waste time with idle chatter, his suffering continues.
You are my king. Our king. Wherever you lead, we will follow. But Your Highness, there are those who take up their sword in the name of revenge and yet along the way, lose the strength and composure to follow through. You would do well to bear that in mind. Ah, I nearly forgot. Take this, Your Highness. The time has come for it to be wielded by its true master.
Eredvar, the hero's relic once wielded by my father.
The very same. I managed to steal it back from one of Cornelia's underlings in Ferdiad.
Understated as ever, Father. It must have been a true struggle to get it back.
I am grateful, my friend.
Gilbert, Professor, may I request something of you? I wish to fight at your side.
Senile already, old man? Who will protect our territory?
I expected it would come to this, so I left those matters to my younger brother. He has my complete faith. I must keep my promise to our fallen king, to my dear friend.
What promise?
A very old one. I swore it nearly 10 years ago. Now then, Your Highness, let's destroy the Empire together. My men and I will spare no effort. I pray that you are right, and that this will save the kingdom.
So it looks like we just got Dimitri's hero's relic then. I think that's the first time I've heard Dimitri thank somebody since the time skip. Oh yeah, we should probably make space in his inventory for that. Since he can't access the convoy, so it's not exactly like the Sword of the Creator where I can just keep it in the convoy and access it at any time. Hero's relic, Crest of... Dang, I can't pronounce that. Blad, something like that. Crest bearer can use Atrocity. Oh my goodness, that sounds fitting for him, doesn't it? 10, that's the really good countering one here though, is the Killer Lance. Dang it, man. I could always put the bow away and keep the spear. That's what we could do. Ah, fine. I'll be sure to take off close counter.